Pre-fight breakdown.
Jonathan Haggerty, nicknamed the General, is one of the most talked about Muay Thai fighters in the West. He is possibly one of the best strikers to ever represent the UK. He is the first British fighter to ever win a title at one championship, and is the first fighter to ever win Muay Thai titles in 2 divisions. At a relatively young age, he has shocked the world with his incredible victories in 2 of the most dangerous weight divisions, and he never shies away from a fight. He recently defied all odds by defeating Nang O, the unstoppable Bantamweight kingpin, who had not been defeated since coming out of retirement in 2018, scoring 2 knockdowns before ending it for good with a blistering punching combination, which ended the night with a devastating knockout in the very first round. To claim the one Bantamweight Muay Thai world title in April of 2023, he had previously sent shockwaves around the world in just his second bout on the global stage, defeating legendary Muay Thai world champion Sam A in 2019 in a surprise upset, capturing the one Flyweight Muay Thai world title when he courageously dropped the Thai legend twice to a unanimous decision victory and became the first British athlete to capture a world title in one championship at just 21 years of age in just his second appearance at one championship. After he made a stellar debut performance against Joseph Lazary, nicknamed the Hurricane, who is the WBC World Muay Thai World Champion and is currently the reigning one strawweight Muay Thai World Champion, Haggerty dished out a variety of vicious elbows and even landed a downward elbow which dropped Lazary in the opening round. Both fighters fought sensationally, and the firefight ended with a unanimous decision in favour of Jonathan Haggerty. Anyways, we'll be looking at who wants to claim his title and what makes Jonathan Haggerty a damn good fighter. Jonathan Haggerty has proven that his confidence and hunger for glory has carried him to the top against all odds, fighting against many renowned fighters with way more experience, some of which has mounted a staggering 430 pro fights to his 25 fights at the time. Haggerty is one of the only Westerners to have success against top-level Muay Thai fighters while training in his own country. While there are many great European fighters who won many titles, but were living and training full-time in Thailand, Jonathan Haggerty is different, training from the early age of 7, similar to many Thai fighters, but has consistently trained and fought out of London for his entire career. And yet, unlike other Western Muay Thai fighters who largely have success throwing many low kicks and aggressive boxing, Haggerty excels in a very traditional Thai style. He is all about switch kicks and teeps and has a tricky distance-based style built on feinting and confusing the opponent with his lead leg. He stands in a very narrow stance with most his weight on the back foot, very similar to a traditional Thai stance, which allows him to easily defend against low kicks and also lets him string a variety of kicks without much telegraphing. His success against Thai fighters comes from his willingness to fight in their method. His style is fundamentally based on movement and evasion. Haggerty's long limbs gives him the perfect tools to disrupt opponents from walking forward, especially his trademark teep kicks, which constantly frustrate his opponents and sets up most his dangerous follow-ups, including his powerful straight right and his high kick counters. And he has some of the nastiest elbows I have ever seen, especially his vicious downward elbow. And we cannot forget that Haggerty has picture-perfect technique, and because of this, he can generate a lot of power without telegraphing his attacks. He also has tremendous boxing skills, and he sometimes leads with a very unusual power left hook to the body, which is very difficult to pull off. All in all, this makes him an all-round complete fighter. To add to that, his father was an MMA fighter and teaches out of his own MMA gym, where Haggerty followed in his father's footsteps into martial arts at an early age, but chose to compete purely in the sport of Muay Thai, and has never considered MMA. This was until his rival, Rotang, the Iron Man, fought Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson in a mixed rules fight, where Rotang was submitted in the second round via rear naked choke. Haggerty believed he would give the MMA GOAT a tougher challenge than the Thai superstar, as he grew up in his dad's MMA gym where he would have had to learn some wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I personally think Haggerty would have given Demetrius Johnson more trouble than Rotang, purely because of Haggerty's height and reach advantage, where he could stay on the outside and make it harder for Johnson to close the gap for a takedown, whereas Rotang prefers to get in close for a firefight, which would be a more vulnerable against takedowns. Haggerty was hungry and ready to step in for Rotang on short notice to fight against Demetrius Johnson. And now that Haggerty is the one Bantamweight Muay Thai World Champion, he has plenty of options and plenty of opponents willing to challenge him for the belt. Perhaps the most obvious option is another fight with Nang O. Despite his lopsided loss, he could be afforded an immediate rematch on the basis of his previous dominance of 10 wins, which includes a staggering 7 title defenses. Another possibility for Haggerty's first defense is Brazil's Felipe Lobo, who burst into title contention with a late knockout of the #1 Bantamweight Muay Thai contender, Samepech Vertex. There was also a lot of hype for a potential domestic clash with Liam Hitman Harrison, the division's #4 contender and the legend of the UK fight scene. Liam Harrison, who is coming off a first-round loss to Nang O, has already made it clear that he wants to fight Haggerty in an all-English title match and could bring one championship to touchdown in the UK, and both fighters shared hopes of bringing the fight to London's Wembley Stadium or the O2 Arena. Rotang also appeared to be keen to move up to Bantamweight and take another title away from Haggerty after beating him twice in 2 Flyweight title fights, where Haggerty was originally dethroned from the Flyweight title, and his only 2 losses at one championship were against Rotang. Superlek also shocked fans by calling out Jonathan Haggerty instead of Rotang and expressed that it was because the Brit offered an interesting test, even though Superlek had previously beaten Haggerty via TKO doctor stoppage back in 2018. The question is, who does Haggerty want to fight next? Apparently, Jonathan Haggerty will battle Fabricio Andrade for the vacant 1 Bantamweight kickboxing world title. Haggerty is looking to solidify himself as one of the planet's top pound-for-pound strikers in his first kickboxing bout in 1 championship. Fabricio Andrade is the current 1 Bantamweight MMA champion and widely regarded as one of the MMA's most dangerous strikers. He boasts an impressive 43-fight resume in professional Muay Thai and kickboxing before he became known for his prestigious accomplishments in the MMA world. For each man, this massive showdown on October 6 represents not only the chance to become a 2-sport world champion, but also to establish himself as a true combat sports icon. Anyways, do you think Jonathan Haggerty will beat Fabricio Andrade and become the first 2-sport world champion? Should he fight in a mixed rules fight against an MMA fighter? Will he transition to MMA? And how well do you think he will perform? I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. Peace.